Good evening, here's top news newsletter starting with headlines. Migdad renews Syria's readiness for cooperation with OPCW. Syrian army kills dozens of terrorists near Syrian-Lebanese borders. Pentagon says Iran bombs ISIS in Iraq, Tehran cannot confirm. Lugansk Republic, Ukrainian military agree on contact line ceasefire from December the 5th. The latest positive developments in relation to the file of the Syrian chemical weapons were reviewed during a meeting in Hague that brought together Deputy Foreign and Expatriate Minister Faisal Migdad and UN High Representative for Disarmament Affairs Angela Kane. Migdad underscored the great efforts which Syria has put with regard to implementing its obligations under the Chemical Weapons Convention and a decision of the Executive Council of the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, and renewed Syria's readiness to continue cooperating with the organization. Syrian army killed dozens of terrorists and destroyed weapons near Syrian-Lebanese borders and escalated strikes against terrorist organization in Aleppo. The sources clarified that Syrian army unit carried out a qualitative operation against terrorist grouping in Wadi Samara, Homs city, and in other areas in Homs. In other developments, Syrian army escalated strikes against terrorist grouping west and Nabir and southeastern countryside of Aleppo and in Khan Tuman, Aleppo also. In Idlib countryside, Syrian army mowed down many terrorists at Al-Janudiyya and on our skirts of Abu Duhur and Al-Rami. On the front lines of the battle on the Syrian border of Kobani in the face of so-called ISIS group assault, Kurdish female fighters have been playing a major role. Bervin is a part of team holding a front-line position that is under regular attack from the extremist fighters. After a year serving away from her hometown, she returned to the Kurdish forces 2 months ago to defend Kobani. 3 weeks ago, she bumped into the father Farouk. Farouk joined Kobani defenders when ISIS launched their attack. Iran has launched airstrikes against Islamic State militants in eastern Iraq in recent days, the Pentagon confirms. According to spokesman Rear Adam John Kirby, the strikes were not coordinated with U.S. military and may be the first of their kind. A senior Iranian official who spoke to Reuters had denied the reports on the recent airstrikes against ISIS targets in Iraq. Any cooperation in such strikes with America is also out of question for Iran, the senior official stated. Representatives of the self-proclaimed Lugansk People's Republic and the Ukrainian military have agreed to a ceasefire on the contact line from December the 5th, TASS said, and the withdrawal of heavy weapons was also agreed from December 6th, according to observer of the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe. 188 Islamists have been handed a death sentence by Giza court for a fatal storm of police station during the upheaval that led to overthrow the President Mohamed Morsi last year. The men were accused of killing 11 officers and 2 civilians at the retaliation for the police disappeal of 2 Muslim Brotherhood in August 2013. The verdict will be formally reviewed by the country's Grand Mufti next year and can be still appealed. That's all for today. Thanks for joining us. Here's Nibal Hneidi. Good night.